YouTube, we finally have the important announcement that you've been waiting for. And I know I should be screaming at the top of my lungs, and I am very excited, but I also didn't sleep very well for reasons related to shitty air mattresses. But we did it, YouTube. We are in the new house. This was the super surprise mega project, so let's give you a little bit of tour. We're here at the front door. Got some mail, other detritus, cleaning supplies, some stuff I brought up, car code reader things. So the only thing I've done with this place so far is some window treatments just for a little bit of privacy. But we'll come back to the living room. Here's the first bedroom, which is definitely a lot nicer than the second bedroom. The paint's pretty good. Funky little super high shelf. Power looks like some 12 by 24 tiles. Maybe, I think imitation stone. I mean, I think it's ceramic. But anyways, they look all right. Probably not planning on changing that. We're kind of missing a threshold here. The tile in the kitchen slash forward area, I actually kind of like. It's a geometric pattern. It's relatively well done. The space is, I'm not a biggest fan of the thick grout lines as thin grout lines, but I suppose that's a first world problem, so we'll just deal with that. Got a funky little, sort of acting like a closet here. I think it was sort of a built-in something at one point, unless they changed the layout of the house, which I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know how they would have done it. Maybe it was a one bedroom and they added on the second bedroom and expanded the kitchen back, but it's been a two bedroom for quite a long time, so I think it's always been a two bedroom. It's just so old that the design's a little funky. Here we have the kitchen. Have an actual real hooded vent, which is something that I thoroughly enjoy. Sinks, whatever. Cabinets, I think I'm going to do what my folks did at their place right before they moved out, and it's a shame because it looked really nice. I think I'm just going to paint them all white. They actually, ironically, look like almost identical to the cabinets we had in our house in the Bay Area where I used to live up there. So we're going to sand all this down, clean all this up, paint it all white, then it's going to match with the white tile very nicely. This grout will clean up, I'm sure. I'm going to probably redo the kitchen at some point, but it's so functional that, and they say, you should kind of do the kitchen first, get it out of the way, it's the big cost. And I don't know if it's just because I'm working a lot or because it's my first flip, but I'm not dying to just tear up the kitchen. It's a lot of work. The tile is a super pain to take off the wall. It's just ripping up the counter. For how functional it is, I don't think it needs granite countertops right now. So we're just gonna chill with that. This kind of shelf thing, I don't know if it was original or not. I don't particularly like it, especially because it's so low to the ground, and I have about a fist worth of clearance. So if I get a little too crazy, I'm liable to jump up and hit my head on the damn thing. There's a built-in chimney somewhere over here. You can see the flue. It might be this. So somewhere here there's a built-in chimney. And the inspector and I were kind of talking about taking it down to the roof, taking it completely out. Most people take it down to the roof. It's fairly solid from there on out, even if the bricks are a little cracked. Fridge went here, so we're going to do that. They actually left the old fridge out front, and I had half a mind to grab it. Here we have a mega closet. I think this is actually a double closet. I think they sort of stole the closet from this room and pushed this one back. Some shelving units, which, despite being very useful, I will probably just take them all out and reassess this situation. Because if I have some shelves Well, anyways, I might recloset the other room, especially because one of the appraisers was giving me grief about whether or not a second bedroom had a closet. Back in the day, not all homes had closets, so it's a little unfair for a home built in 1910 for him to say he couldn't make it work. Didn't have the closet, whatever. So, this carpet obviously coming up, but I will probably scrape the popcorn, take everything off the wall that doesn't have to be on the wall, clean it up, paint a different color, clean up some sticky stuff on the door. And we have sort of this weird little foyer here. Not foyer, it's sort of like it's almost like a mud room, but not really an official one. Because I think you need two doors. Anyways, so this door, funny enough, somehow opens all the way through here, and probably because, yeah, there's a giant gap on the bottom of it. That's awesome. So we'll do with that. I tried to pull this thing out. This thing, the screws, there's a little pin here. And of course, everything has paint in it. Like I was able to use some of the existing hardware for the drapes, and they'd painted over the screw and painted on both sides of the thread. Just like, come on. That could be level in another dimension. Maybe. So we have some sort of laminate. Is this hardwood? Or is this laminate? Can't. I think it's laminate. Yeah, it's a little thin to be hardwood. Pretty good looking laminate though. So we have laminate from here over to here. I'm sort of like toying with what I want to do with this. I'll probably, in fact, given that this tile is higher than this floor, I might just clean it up in hardwood right over the top. That's a little bit funky, but it would sort of bring me up to this threshold, and it would raise this threshold up so it matches the door, and I'm really not dying for vertical space since this area is sort of like another awkward height. But toilet, nice, kind of a nice sink. Makes me want to kind of clean up the bathroom and remove things like golden 2x4s, although it does look very useful. There's a lot of hooks on the thing. So, little stuff like that. The shower, it's going to have to get redone somehow, but I'm just going to try to get it functional, clean it up a little bit. I'm not sure what's up with this gap. I think it's just the way the shower frame, they really wanted a tall. So I don't know if I should frame that in or what I should do with that darn thing. It's sort of easier to put the frame to the sheetrock than put the sheetrock between the frames. So try to do it after the fact. I'd probably want to take off. Yeah, see, I'm trying to undrill these things, man. You chew up that tile. I'll probably deal with this for a while. Probably just deal with that. Who knows? Maybe it helps the moisture come into the fan or something. Nice fan. I'll probably go to a 2-switch because it's nice not to have that racket on at all times, Take a leak in the middle of the night. Don't need the fan on. Surprised how light this looks on my phone. This is sort of dark, but the phone is really doing justice with the auto brightness. Some more hooks here. Just, little... I think once I clean up the walls and sort of paint the cabinets, I think those are going to be my first two things. Clean up the walls, paint the cabinets, and just sort of assess the situation. I think we're going to do hard. See, the thing is, this house, I don't know if people want tile in their room. Tile's a little utilitarian. It's kind of loud, it's cold. It's not my favorite floor covering. I mean, it's not bad for a kitchen or a family area. If you have dogs, it's great, obviously. So there's actually a in-law unit in the back, converted garage. We're going to be working on that. I don't know how much work that's going to take. It's The permit status is questionable, so I have the choice of addressing that sooner or later. Probably end up being sooner just so it's one more thing out of the way. So that's the inside in a nutshell. Very basic. It's a raised foundation. There's an attic, and I think he put the panel on upside down because it's absolutely filthy. But anyways, we are going to be doing some videos, a little bit on some basic construction stuff. I mean, I'm going to sweep and mop the floor in there, so I don't think you need to see a video of that, although you never know these days. But yeah, exciting stuff. Got a mattress in the back of the car because this air mattress, man, I mean, they were both gone, and I was kind of hoping I could like milk one of them along during the night just to kind of keep me going. And then there's this dog outside that was just going crazy, and it's kind of a hectic first night, I have to admit. It was a little bit much, but you know, welcome to LA. How level is our countertop? It's actually not too bad. That's like probably less than a quarter of an inch over 2 feet. But it definitely slopes. Yeah, something like over here. Let's see. Oh wow, yeah, that's a good. You can't really tell, but that's a good like 3/4, maybe an inch. Yeah, man, if I jack up this house, I'm gonna crack so much stuff. Especially if they tiled. Oh man. If they tiled after the house settled. And if you look at stuff like this, see, these are really interesting clues. See how the tile on this side is smaller than the tile on that side? So, if the floor is sunk like that, and they did the tile off the floor, the tile would be at a different angle than if they hung the cabinets level. And that's really interesting that we're seeing this like difference in height. So, yeah, you know, I wouldn't say what do they call it, that class is out or school is out on whether or not you need to worry about your foundation sloping. I would say if it's getting worse and worse and worse, probably something you want to look at, you know. But otherwise, it's not, you know, getting worse over time. Probably good to leave it. So I gotta get cleaning and get stuff going. I got working a little bit, but yeah, crazy, crazy big news, and look forward to bringing you along on the journey. Till next time, keep prepping and take it easy.